I played Assassin's Creed Mirage. If you guys are into Assassin's Creed, you might know these lovely dudes I played Assassin's Creed Mirage with at Ubisoft Bordeaux. Right now I can't tell you anything specific, but Game Informer has some exclusive content we're gonna talk about. Stay tuned for that. What's up everybody, it's your boy Franky Boy, and on this channel I'll be covering everything regarding Assassin's Creed open world games, etc. So stay tuned for that. A long time no see, but no time no see. I see a lot of you guys came back for Witcher content, which is awesome. Thank you so much for subscribing, you guys, on this brand new channel. I hope to make more English content in the future. It was so awesome to finally meet JV and Andy, while I know Jordan for such a long time because I'm a German content creator and we've been in contact. It was really awesome. Thank you for Ubisoft for the invitation. It was not sponsored though, it was just we were invited. And Game Informer was actually allowed to put out some new content of the trip. They were there as well. I think it were like 20 people in the whole world and I was one of them. I'm so honored for that. It's so incredible and such a nice thing. Thanks again. Alright, we have some new content. Basim as a street thief, as you might know. Basim as, I don't know, middle assassin. Not gonna name drop anything specific right here because my embargo didn't drop yet. And we have Basim as some later stage. Maybe that's a Master Assassin stage. You can see the Assassin's Creed logo on his belt. So I've been on the same studio tour as Game Informer has been, and they dropped a video about it. We're gonna look into that video and see some new gameplay. Game Informer was allowed to film some missions and take some B-roll in the studio to use it for their release. I was in that interview room, you can see right here as well. It was a very beautiful room, I can say at least that. Alright, the first mission is like the concubine. They did some of these missions you can kind of grab at the assassin bureaus, and they talk about a lot of things regarding old school Assassin's Creed style here. First of all, they say it's a full game and it has been in development for a few years. What I find really interesting is like these awesome shots of developers doing their things. I mean, it might be kind of staged at this point, but seeing like the developer kits or the developers work on their game is so incredible, because who else might know the game better than a dev him or herself? They show some footage of the assassination mission, showcase some of the tools, and they say they really like the levels. They are like open city levels. It's not a full open world then, but an open city reminds me of the old Assassin's Creeds, of course. The next mission, this is called the Slave Trapper. We have to assassinate the slave trapper, and right here we see some footage that really reminded me of a mix of Origins and Odyssey. Like, maybe it's because it's on a wall, but it totally reminds me of the assets on the Athens wall in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and of course the general aesthetics remind me of Assassin's Creed Origins. I personally have to say, graphically, I think it looks the same like the old Assassin's Creeds, or the last Assassin's Creed, not the old ones, and there's nothing really new to look at, like no ray tracing feature I can spot, at least in this footage. At the boat heist, they're gonna steal a boat, and you can see like there's a request for the contractor to remain undetected. This reminds me of the Wrath of the Druids DLC, where I also was speaking a role for the German version. I was the guy giving you or explaining you the outpost mechanics and explaining how to get like all these materials you need in the Wrath of the Druid DLC, and Game Informer failed on that request. But if it is like in the Wrath of the Druids DLC, you will just like get a little bit less out of the mission, because it's like an additional check you can make, or you can just leave it and like go full ham. Generally speaking, I think Game Informer says they think gadgets are very important and that stealth gameplay is totally important for them. I think it's also great that we see some day and night footage right here. We know this mission by heart. It's called the Concubine, and Ubisoft has showcased it a few times. I think like 2 times we've seen 2 different playthroughs of that. Enkidu is flying around and marking someone down there, and that's our captain we have to assassinate. But back to some more B-roll from the studio. We can see some added assets right here being created, and Diet Coke, of course. Oh wow, this room looks familiar, and I love the decoration with all the plants. It looks so cozy. And I think this right here is another shot of the inventory. I mean, we've seen it a dozen times. Jonathan has leaked it, of course. We have the costume, the talisman, dagger, and gotta be, I think it's sword, yeah. Not very clear. And we see it's a dev kit right here because you have all these numbers. Might be a screenshot with numbers on it, but I would say it's rather a dev kit. Also, we can see like up here the inventory tab, world, maybe that's some kind of investigation, etc. Let's see when the game fully reveals and my embargo drops what I can say to that. They tell you about the assassin's focus ability and that it's tied to the narrative. This is the ability, yeah, it's kind of more like an ISU ability from the looks, and Ubisoft said it's optional. You don't need it, you don't have to use it, so it's like for the guys like the purists who say, okay, I stick to history, it's nothing for you and you can leave it out, which is great. Alright, so Game Informer then shows some footage of Basim roaming around in the slave trapper mission, and I think this city just looks like, it looks like Origins, and Origins totally looks fine today. I don't expect a graphical wonder by Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm curious if they did like some upgrades to this game, because well, we have so much more capability of the consoles right now. I mean, we compare 2017 to 2023. Throwing dagger, and you've seen the poison effect. So the target will die anyways if you don't headshot it because of the bullet drop or the dagger drop in this case. Alright, some more assassinations, and then don't taking any damage. That looked like some kind of trap or smoke bomb right there. And that's it for a Game Informer. Thank you again, Ubisoft, for having me. I will speak to you in the future, and I also did like a podcast with Jordan Joe Raptor together, so I will show you that. Right now I can only give you a little teaser that we did that and we had some fun recording it. Alright guys, I hope you had a great day, and I will speak to you in the near future. Stay subscribed for more Assassin's Creed content, and yeah, see you in my new office. I have a new office and I will move in later this week, so you will see me in a new context. Bye guys.
Wir chillen auf Platz erst und ja,